My name is Alexander Akhigbe. I work for the African Cleanup Initiative as the Chief Environmental Officer. And with me on the team here is, let me hand over to them to introduce themselves better. So you get to meet the Blessing and the Martin and the Adams.
Okay, my name is Blessing Martins and I'm the Operation Manager for African Cleanup Initiative.
And I am Munnir Adams, the Project Manager for African Cleanup Initiative.
Okay, fine. I want to appreciate every one of you, the pressmen, for taking out your time to be with us this afternoon. We're actually here in respect to the forthcoming Green Independence Cleanup 2019 edition. It's happening on October 5th, 2019, and it's an event that is being powered by the African Cleanup Initiative. It's our own way of celebrating the Nigerian independence in a green way, and so we're doing this in partnership with individuals and organizations that have a passion for this nation, Nigeria, and also believe in the environmental sustainability. Our mission as an organization is to raise environmentally responsible citizens across Africa, not just Nigeria alone. And that's why some of our events, it's not just we run events within Lagos, outside Lagos, Nigeria, and some other African nations as well. And so, but this morning we're here to talk about the Green Independence Cleanup, like I did mention earlier on. It's a way of bringing like minds together to push, to advocate, and to sensitize the people why we should all stand up for and give back when it comes to environmental sustainability. Understand that we have these 17 SDG goals, and number 6 of them focus more on the clean water and environment, which I always tell people that for me is the most important goal as far as the SDG goals are concerned, because if the environment is not clean and healthy, it will be difficult for every other goals to survive. And that's why we always want to push this goal 6 everywhere we go, and see how we can create a platform for people to connect to goal 6. No matter the business you do, no matter the goal you're advocating for, goal 6 is one goal that binds all the other goals together. And so once in a year like this, we will just create this events, the Green Independence Cleanup, so that we can bring all the other goals together to focus on the environment. So I'm going to hand over to the head of operation in African Climate Initiative to talk about what this project is really all about in a bigger perspective, and so we can also move up from there. So I'm handing over to Blessing Martins.
Okay, thank you very much. So the Green Independence Cleanup offers a platform to mobilize Nigerians, not just the youth, but we're looking at civil servants, government officials. We're also looking at organizations, corporate organizations, with a platform for us to bring every one of them together, including non-governmental organizations, in a way for us to give back to the society. The Green Independence Cleanup is a way to tell the people about the act of volunteerism, because we realize that the only way we can make impact in our own nation is for us to even volunteer as individuals, as we cannot depend on the government to help us with everything we need to do. Now, some of the highlights for the Green Independence Cleanup is it's this one, it's not a paid event, it's not a paid project. Then the Green Independence Cleanup is an opportunity for people to be able to give back to the society. Then some of the activities involved for the Green Independence Cleanup is the sanitation and sensitization exercise. We have advocacy, we have green rally, and then we have the recycling challenge. So it gives this an opportunity for communities and individuals to decide on which they want to do as a way of giving back to their society. And again, some of the objectives for this Green Independence Cleanup is that it creates excitement and fun for Nigeria, in the sense that while they are doing these activities, either while they are having the sanitation and sensitization exercise, they are also having fun out of it, and they are learning from it. It also promotes the spirit of national unity and environmental volunteerism. It also promotes patriotism amongst Nigerians. So those are some of the things some of the objectives from this Green Independence Cleanup. And so far we're looking at, since Nigeria will be 59 this year, we're looking at having this cleanup exercise in about 59 communities in Nigeria. So I'll hand over to the project manager to tell us some of the communities where we're going to be having this cleanup, Green Independence Cleanup project. Thank you.
So just to elaborate a bit on the point of creating unity and all, you've noticed that in the past, the communities where we've had such events, you've seen that there is like a more robust cooperation between the individuals, even after that particular, so it goes beyond GIC, so it just carries on, and people can say, hey, here is something since we can come together and make sure our immediate community and environment is clean and healthy, why can't we also come together under the same spirit and umbrella and just do something else from our community? And that's where you'd see that more communities around Nigeria who have engaged in the green independence cleanup have actually found a way of trying on their own way without waiting for the government to improve themselves. So for this particular year, which is the second edition, we have the 59 communities are spread across states like Calabar, Bauchi, Lagos, Rivers State, Kaduna and Jigawa. So, and these are basically those ones who reached out and say, hey, we really want to engage in this, and this is something we are interested in doing. The portal for application to be a team lead or to partake in this has actually closed, but still you'd find out that we get calls from people from still showing interest that, hey, we don't have this in our community, I want to do this and I want to do that. So we still engage with such people and see what we can do even before the 5th of October, just to see how we can make sure every single person is involved. So like I said, for now we have about 6 states, which again is Calabar, Cross River, Bauchi, Lagos, Rivers, Kaduna and Jigawa State, and also Abuja. That's 7.
Okay, so this year's Green Independence Cleanup is, we are doing it in partnership, or did I say it's being supported by ACT Foundation. So ACT Foundation is one of our partners and supporters for this year's GIC. So we're looking at impacting, at least for each community, having minimum of 50 volunteers who are ready to make impact in their various communities all over the states that we have mentioned. And we know that before the 5th of October 2019, we know that we're still going to have more other states reaching out to us. And for Lagos State, Loma has agreed to partner with us in providing us with their compactor truck to be able to evacuate the waste that will be recovered on that very day of the GIC in Lagos State.
Wow, fantastic. It's so amazing to see young people, organizations signing up for an event that they will not be paid for to do. And as part concerning one of our objectives for this event to promote national unity, we've just this one event has actually gone a long way to tell us that people can actually sign up for something that they will not even get paid for. Why? Because they believe in what we're doing. This has nothing to do with the state you come from, whether you're white or you're black or you're Muslim or you're Christian. Nothing of such. These are individuals, organizations, young people coming together to say, okay, fine. Ever since we've been celebrating Nigerian independence, nobody's actually talking about the environment. Why not we join ACI to actually do something for our own community? And that's why if you reach us from anywhere, as long as you're in Nigeria, we adopt you as part of the team leader. We don't have a particular set of people we are targeting to be team leaders. From Kaduna from the north to the west to the south, Rivers, Calabar, Cross River, Port Harcourt, and virtually the whole 6 geopolitical zones were all represented in this event. And it's amazing because at the end of the day, they are so excited about it. And you begin to wonder, when we started doing cleanup back then in 2010, one of the major challenges we had then was if you ask any young person to come and volunteer for an initiative like this, the first thing they will ask you is, how much are you going to pay me? And why? Because they feel to a large extent the government should be the one in charge of cleaning the environment and not them. And they'll tell you they pay their tax, they'll tell you, in fact, I'm busy, I'm not free. But now, coming down the line now, we're seeing young people standing up to say they want to do it, whether you are paying me or you're not paying me. It's my own contribution to ensure that our environment is kept clean and always stay protected for people to live in. And so it's just just a way of trying to say that people are going to have a better understanding that when it comes to nation building, it's not meant for the government alone. When it comes to sustainable development, it's not meant for the government alone. You as an individual, you have a part to play. You as a government, you have a part to play. And you as a community stakeholder, you have a part to play as well, because if the environment is not clean, it's going to affect everybody. Today we are shouting about flooding. One of the major causes of flooding is blocked drainages. And so what will block your drainage is the dirt, the ways that are not properly managed. And so that is why we advocate in this GIC. We don't only do cleanup alone, we also talk to people about the need why they should keep the environment clean. We do awareness, we do sensitization, we do rally, we do walk, we do all forms of engagements that we can do. Even on that day, on the social media as well, every event, as the event is going on, we'll be uploading information about the event on social media so that people can connect and also be part of what is happening at that particular time. So everyone have a part to play. If you're not the team lead, if you're not the volunteer, at least you have access to social media, you can still join in the campaign, because this is a national clean up. It's a national event, not just a Lagos State event alone. It cuts across different states. And we're from Abuja, we have people that also be doing this thing on that same day. And it's just a way of trying to bring every one of us together to push for an enabling environment for everybody. So that's the idea behind the GIC, and so we are advocating. We are saying that fine, let's keep doing our bit. Let's keep doing our bit. This issue of plastic is becoming another subject entirely, and we will learn it in years to come, few years to come from now. If we don't do anything about plastics, we'll get to the ocean one day. We can start seeing more plastics than fishes in the ocean, and that's part of the thing we're going to do in this event. We're going to recover lots of plastics from the community, and we're going to hand over those plastics to a recycling firm that will use it for something more productive than leaving it in the environment like that. Even the kids also be involved in this GIC. It's not just for adults alone, it's not just for the youth alone, but the children too be involved, because we want to take the message down to the grassroots to ensure we get everybody involved that needs to be involved in this. And we are so happy for the kind of support we're getting from the government. Lagos State has been amazing. Loma has always been there right from when we started doing our cleanup, and even this one too, they are still coming. In Lagos, we have more than 10 different locations in Lagos, but where we'll be doing the launch, it's going to be from the Badagry end of Lagos, because most times people don't look at that end because of the bad road. So we have decided to move down to Badagry to do more like the official launch of the event in Lagos. So Loma 2 will be coming there, Lasepa 2 will be there, another state agency will also be there. In Kaduna, we have the support of the Kaduna State Environmental Protection Agency. Those guys are amazing, and they'll also be there to support the team. Our team in Calabar too, they've successfully also gotten the state in charge of waste management in Calabar. The one in Oka too, Aswama too, they've gotten that in charge of waste management. So we're just spreading across to ensure that we get the government to be fully involved at the state level, because sustainability is key for this project. It's not just the one day off event that we just back up. No, after the one day, what happens next? And that's why we have all these key players, key stakeholders involved, so that after that we can keep talking, we can keep pushing, we can keep doing stuff to ensure that we keep moving this campaign to the next level.
Can we know how many communities you are focusing on in Lagos?
In Lagos, we have there are more than 6. We have Badagry, we have in Agbara, we have Akhigbe Motor Road, we have at Mushi. We also have 2 locations at Akhigbe, Yanoba, Okoba Market, and then Yanopaja Road. We also have Yanopaja Ayobo Road, all in Lagos State.
And there's one
we have at Ikota, we have Epe, and we have Etiosa local government. So we have about 10 communities we are covering in Lagos State alone.
And if you notice, we're going far, all those interiors and inside communities, but most time nobody actually look at such places when it comes to events like this. People tend to focus on, we also have a location in Munnir as well, but then we chose to go far into those inner places so that they can also feel the impact of the project.
In your plan?
Yes, we have an advocacy in Ikorodu on that day. We appeal an advocacy in Ikorodu.
In your explanation, you said that you have team leads. So the team leaders, how are they going to get the equipment? Because you have said that it's a voluntary service. Are they still going to be the person that will buy the bag, the sack, and everything to pack the waste?
Okay, fantastic. And that's why, like my colleague talked about, getting support from ACT Foundation. That is what this kind of support would help us achieve in this project. ACT Foundation has been amazing, giving us the kind of support we need to make this event happen. Talking about the tools, we've been distributing tools since like last week to all the team leads. We have a group where we interact, where we plan the events. So some of them getting their they get t-shirts, they get the nose masks, they get the hand gloves, they have trash bags. And some of them get walking tools for the event as well. Those outside Lagos will find a way to wave Billy to them outside the states.
With the support you get from the Heart Foundation.
Yes, help us to achieve that. Even the state government where they provide the compactor as well to help with the evacuation of the waste. We are not leaving any waste behind after the event.
Okay, so you have activities lined up for the day. So will all these activities be happening at one location, or what's the plan?
Okay, fine. She mentioned about having 4 different activities that team leaders can explore on that particular day. So what that means is, if I'm representing Zone A and I look at the 4 activities, the recycling challenge, the rally, the cleanup, and the advocacy like sensitization, I will look at the one I think I have the capacity to handle. So if for me, if I can handle the rally very, very well, so what I will do is I will build a team around me. What we'll do on that day is we'll just do the rally. Maybe we'll move from point A to point B with our messages on environment and engaging people. So that will be my own activity in my own location. So somebody in Zone B can decide, okay, may have capacity to do cleanup. So let's mobilize, let's go to the markets and do cleanup. So she will do cleanup in Zone B. Zone C will say, no, okay, fine, I want to do a recycling challenge, which means I'm partnering with a recycling firm. What that means is all the plastics we're going to recover on that day, we'll weigh them, get the weight, and we'll hand over to a recycling firm. So we have different activities happening on that same day at different locations.
So, sorry, you made mention of getting the plastic away from drainage and give it to the recyclers.
Yes.
Is an avenue of making money for yourself? Because
or the foundation.
Yeah.
Sorry. Because this project is self-help. People is giving you money. I want to believe that you can use that avenue. I need to get money to the foundation.
You are actually hitting it. You know you're a good man. You have a business mindset. But you're making a vital point. But this event for us is beyond making money for us. It's first impact. You understand? And we need to be there for one another. This is recycling firm too. We've worked with them in the past. They've supported us in one way or the other. So this time around is a way of trying to say also, okay, fine, we also see how we can also support your movement as well. And so when they come, we're not selling the plastics to them. We're giving them for free. We have another initiative which is called the Recycle Spare of My Choice, you can say, where we use plastic to pay school fees for kids in low-income communities. That was a different initiative entirely, where when they come to pick those plastics, they'll pay money. Because the money will go to the school fees of a child in a particular school. But for this GIC, which is purely community service, nation building engagement, it's purely for free. We give it to them for free. They're not paying money, you understand? Because to a large extent, we also need them to be part of the movement as well.
How old is this project?
The GIC, it's this year is the 2nd edition. We started it last year, but this year, but for the cleanup as it is, we've been doing cleanup since 2010, and so it is more like our 90. We've done like 22 different editions of cleanup at different community in Lagos and outside Lagos. But for the Green Independence cleanup, this just is year 2, and it's so amazing that the kind of support we've been getting. So for us, we are so surprised that in the space of 2 years, imagine a child of 2 years old.
For the past 9 years that you've been doing the cleanup, what are the major challenges that you guys have been facing? Maybe.
Okay, fine. Like I did mention before, when we started initially, it's more like orientation, people's mindset, attitude towards what we're doing. You see a nice guy putting on suits. Imagine, let me give an instance. What happened on Saturday when we went to clean up Akhigbe on Saturday? I had somebody saying that, look at these guys, I see they are prisoners. They just release them to come and clean, to come and clean the gutters. You understand? Because we're all wearing a branded shirt. And the only thing I could come to his own mindset was we are prisoners. We're prisoners now. We're the environment. For the environment, we are prisoners for the environment. You understand? And so people find it very hard to believe that people will actually stand up from their house, come outside and clean your messy gutter without getting money for it. That's one of the major challenges you've been having. But I want to thank a lot of young people that are changing that having a change in their mindset. We have a large group of volunteers that actually join us whenever we do cleanup exercise, and we'll keep expanding and spreading our volunteer tentacles across different states and locations. So that's one major challenge: the mindset of people, their attitude, and this doesn't concern me. It's meant for those people to do it. It's not my own. Most times we go and clean up communities that we don't even live in. We don't even do business in such communities, but we just go there because of our love and passion for the environment. And so fine, and the government is trying to a larger extent, but there's always room for improvement, you understand. But I would say they're also trying to a larger extent too. And we're hoping there's another initiative we're coming out with very, very soon, which we call the Clean for Impact initiative. There will be engaging a lot of corporate organizations. So that's one challenge. Getting corporate organizations to be part of movement like this is a tough one. But I want to thank the ones we've worked with in the past, like the Coca-Cola, the Access Bank, the Wema Bank, which other one we've worked with, that have shown some level of commitment when it comes to the environment. We want to get more organizations to be part of this. And that's why we are launching our CFI very, very soon. We will be working with corporate organizations to do cleanup in their own space of where they do their businesses and the neighborhood where they operate.
So what message would you like to tell the Lagos residents in order to key into this, Nigerian independence, green independence, cleanup?
So let me leave it to my project manager he has been having a nice time interacting with Lagosians, so I guess he knows their mindset now. So if I have a message to them, then let's say we'll say something. If there's need, I will say. So Adam.
Okay, so like you said, the major thing there is that we shouldn't see all of these things like, oh, it is not my business, because it is actually your business. When those debts are there, they clog your gutters. In effect, when rain falls, even sometimes rain doesn't have to fall, the gutter just gets filled and it spills over into your houses and compounds. So harboring pests, mosquitoes and what have you. So health-wise it is bad for you, environmental-wise it is also bad for your environment. So the major mindset the major lesson everybody should take out of this selfless act is that this thing is not just for you, it is for both you and your coming generations, because once you leave your community as a clean and healthy place, your kids don't get sick every time. So getting sick every time also affects you financially. So you'd see that cleanups don't just, it's not just all about the cleanups, it's about economic upliftments. When people don't get sick, they save more. It is about health, it is about just living a better and a more sustainable life. So for Lagos residents is that we should always patronize Loma, and for where we don't have Loma, we should fight with them. They are very responsive. That's one thing we don't know, but everybody is very busy. Let me get to work, let me do this. But we should also have time for our environment, because once Loma are able to consistently and continuously take this waste from where they are, you wouldn't find all these heaps everywhere. And so one thing is engage the government, but do your own homework first. Ensure that you are paying your bills, ensure that you are packaging and sorting your waste properly and giving the recyclable ones to the recyclers, and the general waste, giving them to the proper waste disposing agencies like Loma. So basically it's just left for us to play our own part and also hold the government accountable as we play along.
Okay, I would like to say to Lagosians, to Nigeria generally, let's have this at the back of our mind when it comes to our waste. Let's try as much as we can to reduce the waste we generate daily. Let's reduce our waste, then let's reuse them. We have our food waste, we don't need to just trash them, we can use them in our little gardens. And then let's learn to recycle. Our PET, our cartons, all these things can be recycled and upcycled also to be used for better things. And then I just want to say this thing, that anything that has to do with our environment, it begins with you, it begins with me. Whatever I put into the environment today is what I'm going to get back tomorrow. So we just need to have this mentality that anything I do to my environment today is going to come back to me, it's going to come back to my children, and it's going to come back to my family. Thank you very much.